Yeah, one more viral thing that's been going around. Well, viral that's just been talking about. I guess the new word to viral about, but messy talk that been going around is about LeBron and Kevin Gates, and the big narrative is being put out there is that Kevin Gates basically punked LeBron James. And if you look at the video, it kind of look like that. Uh, me personally, I I look at things different. It looked like it looked, but certain things being said and being played, that can make things look the way it looked. Maybe didn't want no problem because he sure ran up on Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? And it do make him look like a weenie. You know what I'm saying? Like you bullying, like a bully boo. So my whole thing is these days time is safe to look and put off and portray an image of something that you ain't. And I don't think it's fair or it's cool or whatever. Safety used to be, oh, I got my cousin with me if anything pop off, or my big brother, or, you had your back. But, now it's money, fame, and celebrity, politics, you know what I'm saying? But it did look like he put his foot in something that he ain't want no part of. If you about that, you about that. You know, don't. One thing I was taught, and this come, you know, to the statement or of don't be a bully. Don't pick on somebody you know you can win against or you feel like you can win against. That wasn't a man. That was called. I can't say what it's called, but it was called. It was a lame move, bogus. You picked on that dude because he's smaller than you, or you can do this and do that to him. But yeah, it's funny, man, how everybody talk about he ain't want no smoke with Kevin Gates when he came to his game. He wouldn't even look his way. And it looked like that. It definitely looked like that. But who knows what went on behind the scene? Kevin Gates, is, projecting and putting out there that, he's a peaceful man and, he love everybody, Uh, but I do understand, certain things you don't talk about, mama, the wife, the children. Certain things you don't come from. So, I guess it was, him as a dad, I guess he had a little more heart, but what's the difference in that? And then talk about somebody's wife. Or speaking on somebody's wife. As men, there's certain things you shouldn't even speak on. It's an automatic line you shouldn't cross from my day and time and from what I was taught, passed down through the cloth. But yeah, these dudes get the backpedaling, man. Get the backpedaling. When certain situations come around, man. And then you say, hey, don't get scared now. Or if you're scared, go to church. So on that note with LeBron, man, he really lost to me uh, respect with me. You know, not innocence, definitely lost some respect for me. You know, you scream on one person, but shh, you quiet on another one. That ain't a good look. And I think more, the more and more a person get up the ladder, the safer they feel. You know, I'm still living amongst the people, so we don't do that. If you say something, you gotta answer for it as a man, even as a woman. But it's getting out of hand, man. People can now do what they want, say what they want, be what they want. But it seems like it's trying to turn around. Look at certain people cases that have been doing things for 30 years, 30 plus years, 20 plus years, and now they just catching the backlash of what they've been doing. And on that note, you know, it looked like LeBron James knew when to get out of there. And that's my take on it. The mayor, check you out.